Hello, hey y'all, welcome in. It's Weirdness Wednesday. Claire has not responded to me yet, so I don't know if she's gonna be on. To be honest, I'm not sure. Welcome to the Owl Corner. I'm Rune. We're waiting for Claire. Um, I was hoping that she would hop on. I just realized that says craft in chat. Well, the snowman I was working on and stuff, this is the next rendition. I already packed up the gloves and stuff, but this is the snowman I was working on last stream. I did the buttons. I went and got some orange. See, we got that orange news. And I have some lovely button eyes that I sewed on so nicely. But we usually have Weirdness Wednesday. I also made the scarf. I did a little pattern of two rows of single crochet and then 2 rows of double crochet. But I just was hoping Claire would be on by now. We're just waiting for her to be able to start that, but in the meantime, I'm going to continue crocheting. I usually, if I was crocheting, I would put Smosh on, and I might honestly go ahead and just do that tonight, and it's just going to become a craft and chat instead of our Weirdness Wednesday. I had a really, really rough day today. I woke up unfortunately depressed. And then I couldn't get out of it at work. I was overstimulated. None of my undergarments fit anymore, so it's a lot of pain until I fix them, in which I fixed 2 of them today. But yeah, other things happened today that made me really sad, and I ended up coming home early and working on some other stuff in the meantime. It's not even this time of year that gets to me. I just was having a bad day. Like, I knew something bad was happening, I guess, when I woke up, because it certainly did. Claire! Hello, Claire! We're gonna go on a short break so I can have a little brief with her. play.
I will
And there
be,
we
as always, here.
go. So my case today I'm gonna be doing is Nirvana's own Kurt Cobain. It's not necessarily true crime, but like the theories make this case a really weird one that I thought was important to talk about. Because I love music and yeah. So let's get into it. Obviously Kurt Cobain, he, if you don't know who that is, he was the lead singer and co-founder of Nirvana, you know, a rock band, specifically like a grunge rock band. That's what it's
Mm-hmm.
considered. Um his middle name is Donald, so it's Kurt Donald Cobain. Um
Mm.
he was born February 20th, 1967 in Aberdeen, Washington. He grew up enjoying like the arts and music. He had a real ear for music, kind of thing. Um, but he really enjoyed drawing, and I don't know if many people knew that. Um, but yeah, he liked drawing. His parents ended up getting a divorce when he was 9, which ended up being a huge trauma. I'm just gonna put it that way. A huge trauma in his life that led to probably a lot of issues. He When they separated, they ended up separating him and his sister Kim. In which he went to live with his dad, and Kim went to go live with his mom. Kurt till about the early 80s. In which he ended up moving in with his mom and stepdad.
Hmm.
Mind you, he did not get along with them like at all. Um,
Always good.
yeah, but in his teen years, he ended up finding punk rock through the drug scene. It wasn't that he found those through, it was the other way around. Because, rebellious teen, didn't like his parents, was just like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck y'all, I'm gonna do what I want. Unfortunately, that usually lands into the drug area. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but like after he found this one like punk rock band is never the same. After that, they ended up um like trying to form their first band, which was Fecal Matter,
Mm.
which is
That's a name.
yeah, it's a very interesting name. They had one album, that is it. And it was more like just a recording in the studio kind of thing, in which it was there's only one song that's actually released from them. Otherwise, the rest of them just kind of died with the band. When he had
Mm-hmm.
gotten into the rock scene and stuff, he ended up getting deeper into the drinking and drug scene, but like he was already there beforehand. From 1984 to 1985, he ended up doing a lot of couch surfing, and he would sleep in public areas and public buildings just to avoid his family. Like, that's how much he despised them.
Fun.
Yeah. July 1985, he was arrested for vandalizing some buildings. He got
Okay.
a fine and then a suspended sentence, so he didn't have to do much about that. Thank goodness. A few months later, that's when the official ban was made. Fecal Matter. Uh, they did record some stuff, but the band never took off.
Mm-hmm.
But like him and the two other band members were fucking determined to get that music going. At least he was, but like him and
Right.
another, they were determined.
Mm-hmm.
Um in 1987, they didn't have a name anymore at the time, but that was their first public performance, and it was at a house party. Uh, Around this
Hmm.
time, he met his first serious relationship. Her name was Tracy Mirander. I'm guessing that's how it's said.
Okay.
She's not really relevant. It was his first serious relationship, but that's about it. They end up breaking up at some point. From what I can tell, it wasn't necessarily a bad breakup. It was just a breakup. They were done.
Yeah. Footnote in the life.
Yeah, just a footnote kind of thing. Yeah. Um, but 1988 is when they agreed on the name Nirvana, and they released their first single, Love Buzz. They agreed on
Mhm.
they released their first album in 1989, Bleach, and then 1990, Kurt met rocker Courtney Love at a Portland nightclub. They did not start dating at this point. They just had met. At this point, they were
Mhm.
just they became friends. That's it.
Mhm.
Um, Nirvana toured with the band Sonic Youth in this year in 1990. And then in 1991, Nirvana signed with the label Geffen Records and released their second album, Nevermind, henceforth being known a grunge band.
Aha.
Their song Smells Like Teen Spirit, I think we've all heard it. If you
Yes.
haven't, please listen to it. Very good. Um, the but that's really the song that launched them into stardom. It became really popular and went to the number one on the charts, on the music charts, like almost immediately, basically.
Yeah, all it takes is one song and you're suddenly famous.
Yeah. When it became a huge hit, suddenly Cobain was hit with the reality that he was losing control of his art. That was based on
Mm,
establishmentism. Anti-establishmentism.
there you go.
I tried so hard. He began, and this is when he ended up beginning to use heroin to cope with his stress and also some emerging health issues. They were not listed in the articles that I could find. Die-hard fans probably know, but
Mhm.
I'm just gonna go with some medical issues, some health issues. Shortly before Nevermind was released is when he ended up reconnecting with Courtney Love. In February 1992, they got married. Remember, they met in, oh, what was it again? No, oh, wasn't it 91? But
Yes.
but part of why that might have happened was that following August, August 18th, was when their daughter Frances Bean Cobain was born.
Bean.
Yes, Frances Bean. I love it. It's such a cute name. She probably hates it a little bit as an adult cuz Bean, but like it's so cute. Um
Yeah, just what's your middle name? Bean.
no, that's her first name. Her first name is
Oh.
Frances Bean.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. That's crazy.
No, that's just her first name. Um
Although to be fair, artists can sometimes name their children
Northwest.
weird as crap names.
Elon Musk used a bunch of random ass fucking symbols for one of his kids.
Yeah, just like how do you pronounce this?
The teacher who had to teach that like individual Zoom meeting, or like if he went to a private school, probably is like, I feel like I'm having a goddamn seizure. What is this name?
Or just like in, anytime there's a sub teacher just like looks at it and goes like, I'm not
Oh,
even
there
going to
must have been a
try.
computer error. And then at the end, this kid comes up. Miss, you didn't call my name. Oh, what's your name? Says name. Huh?
How did you just make those sounds with your mouth?
Yeah. But back on topic, both Courtney and Kurt were heavy drug users, unfortunately. But it was so bad, they almost lost their daughter after Courtney admitted in an interview with Vanity Fair that she had shot up heroin while holding her daughter and feeding her.
Uh, not a good idea.
Yeah. Uh, thank goodness they didn't lose her. They were able to get her back pretty quickly, but like, oh my god, what the fuck? But this is some pictures of them. There's a couple of from like the same day kind of thing, but like, cute, cute stuff. Even the I don't trust her. Who said that? Um, in
Mm.
1993, the Seattle police were called to the home to break up a fight. The two were fighting over Cobain's guns. So the
Ugh.
Popo confiscated them and arrested Cobain for assaulting Love.
Hmm.
Yeah, not a healthy relationship. Not many are when drugs are part of the like
Involved. Yeah.
pillars of it. Because you gotta bet that that was part of the pillars of it, unfortunately, considering they both did.
Hmm.
Um, same year, the band. Oh, sheesh. I thought I was losing my mind for a second. The same year, the band released In Utero, which quickly secured a spot on the music charts again at number one because, psh, obviously, um, he, being a Pisces, his music was like a huge part of his emotions, kind of thing.
Mm. Yes.
And he definitely put his emotions into his music, including his anger with the recording industry for the song Radio Friendly Unit Shifter, and then his love in Heart Shaped Box. It is said that that song is about Courtney Love. It's
Hmm.
believed to, it was never confirmed, but it's believed to be. Um, Fall of 1993, Nirvana performed on MTV's Unplugged, and then after they went on a little Europe tour, just a little thing. While there, Love and their daughter came to visit, and he ended up taking some time off from the tour to spend with them. But
All right.
while they were visiting at a hotel in Rome, Italy, Kurt Cobain ended up overdosing on drugs and then fell into a coma. It
Hmm.
said in a few articles it was purposeful, um, but there's a certain amount of bias that I saw
Yeah.
show. We don't know if it was necessarily purposeful. It might have been a mistake. Not good either way, but when he did return to the States, things continued to spiral, and on March 18th, 1994, Love called authorities after Cobain had taken some meds and locked himself in a closet with guns.
Hmm.
Upon arriving, the police determined not only was he not suicidal,
Okay.
but like he didn't take any amount that was lethal.
Okay.
But as a safety precaution, they did take the meds and the guns.
Fair.
Fair, yeah. Love shortly thereafter pleaded with Cobain to get clean, and she was already trying to do so at the time. Um, and then in March On March 30th, 1994, end of the month, he ended up checking into an LA rehab center as she had asked, kind of thing. Because he was like, yeah, actually, I want to get better for my kids. My kid, I love her. I don't want anything to happen to her. There's many, many, many reports from his friends and family, kind of thing, that at this point in his life, he was trying to turn it around for his daughter.
Okay.
Like he had finally had that wake up call kind of thing that I have to do this for Frances Bean. I have to. That's my little girl. We got to do this kind of thing. Um, Not to mention that, but also his bandmates were talking about before he had gone into rehab that they were talking about splitting off all of them and going and doing their own individual music things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was an amicable thing. They just all wanted to grow by themselves. It literally was just, hey, we're growing out of this. Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but not long after, um, well, he went in March 30th. March 31st, he left and scaled by scaling a wall to get out of the rehab center.
Ah, fun.
Yeah, yeah. And then April 2nd, 1994, he took a taxi to a Seattle gun store where he bought shotgun shells, in which I have the actual package and receipts that I found when I did my research. Um, these are like actual crime scene photos. This is the real thing. In which we can see down here the date that it was April 2nd, 1994, and 695, 695. You know. He had also convinced one of his friends, because a couple of days prior they had had a break-in, that he needed to borrow a shotgun so that he could protect his home, because they literally had a break-in. He doesn't know what happened. We don't know what happened. There was really no report that happened, because he was like trying to lay low so that nobody would actually, bother him. Um, but April 5th, 1994, Cobain committed suicide in the greenhouse above the guest house. 3 days later, an electrician found him. The electrician was there to install a security system.
Okay.
With lights, specifically. It was like a
Mm-hmm.
light sensor kind of thing, because they didn't really have cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah. To yet. I think it was they were trying to go with the sensor lights so that maybe scare them off. Like, how people try and build their security kind of thing. Um, After the autopsy was performed, it was found Cobain had taken a near fatal level of Valium and heroin, then used a
Mm.
Remington 11 22 gauge shotgun to shoot himself in the mouth. At least that's what the police reports say.
Mm.
I'd like to point some things out. These are more crime scene photos. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you can see the at this little spot down here. You can see the his foot as well as the bag with the shells in it. We see the
Yeah.
note down here. Um, and then the middle photo is like all of his belongings that the police found just around him. And the box, I don't know if I no, I did not. The box was actually found quite a ways from him. And I must emphasize this, closed.
Okay.
So, let's talk about some things that I find personally a a little bit suspicious. For one, Kurt Cobain was 5'9". This is the shotgun, the exact shotgun that he was said to have killed himself with.
Okay.
That shotgun is 3 feet 10 inches. I don't know about you, but I'm 5'11". My arms don't reach 3 fucking feet, let alone almost 4.
Yeah, that's a long gun to use. Like unless there's like some contraption set up for
This
you
is
to pull the
exactly how it was
trigger.
found. How this officer is holding it, kind of thing. That's exactly how it was found. Kind of. Did it just freeze
It
on me?
switched over to the gun.
Huh?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Sorry.
Okay, there. It's switched over.
But here, you can see. But that's 3 feet 10 inches. There's no differentiation that was changed on this gun. There is no way that he would be able to shoot himself. And you're like, oh, but maybe he used his toe. I would
Mm,
like to just go back and remind you he was wearing his fucking shoes.
Not to
So,
mention your toes. The normal human's toes are not that dexterous.
I mean, still, but like he was wearing his shoes. Both of them. It's not in this photo because I didn't think it was necessarily something I wanted to show, but he was wearing both shoes.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna be able to, shoot yourself, put on your shoes again. No, that's not how that works. I'd also like to remind people that he was on a near lethal dose. I have been around people who have been on near lethal doses when I worked at the hotel. Them motherfuckers can barely move. If they can,
Oh,
most of the
yeah.
time they're about to pass out.
Oh, yeah, I tried to get a light there, but it's not come on yet. It's supposed to come on at 5. Maybe it's still on.
We love when
The
Mormor
grandmother
comes
wandered
in.
in. I'm on with Rune.
Oh, grandmother.
Yes, hi, I'm currently up here. Well, for anybody who wants to know, that's my Mormor, my grandmother.
Um,
Uh,
do you want to explain more? I don't know if people necessarily know what that means.
well, so first off, you're technically supposed to pronounce it Mormor because it is obviously not English.
Yes.
Um, it is Swedish for mother's mother. Uh, and the opposite to it is for. So you can combine it in any way. So more for mother's father, for more father's mother, so on and so forth. Um, but yeah, my family has a lot of Swedish, a lot of Norwegian, generally in our bloodline.
When
And
you
that's just
guys
one of the things
eventually do
that's
get to see Claire, you'll see she is white as a ghost. She's paler than me. She's practically translucent sometimes.
yeah. Well, I am the one in the family who ended up the palest.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because my grandmother, or not my grandmother, my mother actually does have some Native American in her from my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm just pale as I was gonna say popsicle, but that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
But back to the case. As I said though
Batman.
before, his bandmates had reported that he did have a drug issue. He definitely did. However, he was trying to get clean for his daughter. And at the time he was also starting the divorce process with
Mm.
Courtney.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying that he was. Um, but as I said, near fatal. he's not going to be doing jack shit. He might have laid the fuck down and that's it, to be honest. Kind of thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, the box of drugs were out of reach from his body. Because it was near fatal, it would have been like, oh, yes, let me do drug, throw off to side, close, you know, move back. No. That's not how that works.
Mm-hmm.
One of the weirdest things at the scene, though, was the note, the handwritten note that had been released. This note, for the most part, looks a lot like his handwriting. A lot of it can be verified that it's probably his handwriting kind of thing. However, there are some things that cannot be verified that they are his handwriting. They cannot be verified they are anybody's handwriting because it looks like, when handwriting analysis looked at it, it looks like somebody trying to copy his writing.
Mm-hmm.
Not that he was writing. The note, if we were to read it kind of thing, it's really, really blurry. I couldn't find the proper note for the most part. Most places I looked were like, hey, we can't find it, sorry. It's probably in the book, in which I could not get the book, but it's probably in the book and copywritten in that book or something. But the letter reads something along the lines of, we're not anything of suicide. They were like, oh, this is a suicide note because it was found next to the scene, stabbed with a pencil. But the note up to a point just reads as, I'm thinking about going in a different direction with the band. I'm really kind of done with this right now. I can't see myself going much further in this lifestyle. I really want to change things up. Like, it didn't read as, I want to end things, like end things life. It read more like, I want to end things with the band, with Courtney, change things around, because something needs to change. But, like, you can kind of see, even if it is blurry, like, just the difference kind of thing of, I don't know, that, and, like this, even. That just looks like somebody trying to copy handwriting. And this is so much curlier than his handwriting.
Just not to mention, generally speaking, it's definitely a little more slanted also than the regular writing.
It's literally slanted in the opposite direction. If you look at it, his handwriting is, oh goodness, like this,
and just
like this
the
way,
weird
yeah, this like this
off.
way. If you look at it, kind of thing, and then like this way, and then this is all handwriting is curved that way. Most people don't like switch sides. Like, I definitely write like this. Like, you can kind of see my handwriting. I have my angle that I set my notebook at all the time because that's where my area is for my studying.
But yeah, like, also just the weird bit of cursive off to the side.
Oh, this is Captain something something. I think that was just a sign off from one of the police officers for evidence or something. I don't, because there's little, you can kind of see in that there's a corner and stuff in which this is just a piece of paper that's folded over.
Because, yeah, I was about to say, it's like, if he wrote that on the note, that's tampering with evidence, technically.
No, it looks like it's some sort of, like, sticky note or something that was, like, taped to the side or something.
Okay, obviously I just can't see that through the screen and everything.
But I honestly can't even tell necessarily myself, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm not saying that anybody specific did it. However, I am saying that his death is extremely suspicious, and I don't believe it's suicide. There's no fucking way it was. Nobody's arms, when you are 5'9", are Almost 4 feet.
Hmm.
No. And
It's
like
just
there
not
was no
happening.
other things around him that would have given him the assistance kind of thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, suspicious death. That's fucking weird. And now, on to Claire's case.
Woo. All right. So yes, so obviously this is from across the pond. It's not American. It is over in England. This case is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure rather than saying it Rotherham, it's Rotherham. Approximately is the city that this takes place in. Uh, and this is somewhat of an infamous case. It's not super severe, but it's very interesting because it plays a key into how uh, DNA helps solve cases, actually.
Yay. I
So,
love when DNA gets to do its thing.
yeah. So,
Science.
obviously, you can obviously you can see very easily, very quickly, that this gentleman here has been given the, of course, epithet of the Rotherham shoe rapist because, his MO, after he unfortunately raped his victim, is that he would take their shoes. And most of the time, or almost all of the time, they were wearing high heels. So he was only active for 3 to 4 years between 1983 and 1986. Um, and what would happen is that the crimes would happen either very early in the morning or very late at night. Generally, it was a woman who, had just been out partying and was going back home. Um, and
Oh,
generally,
Claire,
what?
your case, that reminds me. Your case you did a couple of weeks ago about the soap maker.
Yeah.
I found out some really cool information. So I was listening to Morbid. We're going to flash back to that for like 2 seconds. Because, fun
All right.
fact, I found out that her mom was super, super fucking abusive because her mom was raped on the way back from a socialite party, became pregnant with this man's child, and then was forced to marry him after he raped her. He was like
Ooh.
40. And so
Ooh.
that's why that woman became like so cold-hearted to her own child, because it was that she saw that as part of him kind of thing. Yeah. So that's part of why she was fucked up, but let's continue back to this.
Okay. All right. So this gentleman here is James Desmond Lloyd. Um,
Um I'd
uh,
like to stop you right there. I don't believe he's a gentleman. I think you're lying to me.
oh, okay. Well, you'll see. Yeah. Um, so, uh, these attacks would happen either very late at night, very early in the morning. Um, his victims were primarily like 18 to 30, but the oldest victim was 54. Um, of the people we know, there was 4 successful rapes and at least 2 attempted other otherwise, so 6 out of everything. But you can see by the picture that there's a little bit more to the story, obviously.
Yep.
So, uh, what would happen is that um, the police, during the initial opening of this case, at the time, were able to, from the victims, figure out that he would, figure out the place he was going to use for the rape first, and then kind of just hang out in the area until he was able to successfully find a target. Uh, when he found a target,
So
he would
he would go, oh god, what did that asshole call it? BTK trolling.
a little bit,
Ugh.
but yeah, no.
Obviously
So he would,
different,
of
but
course, yeah, but he would drag his victims, into wherever area he had, figured out was a good place to attack. He would then tie them up with stockings or tights that he himself had on him, uh, and would gag them as well. And then, of course, unfortunately, go about the rape. But when he was done, what he would do is he always took the shoes from his victims, and then also generally took jewelry and perfume as what people presumed were trophies. Um, and this was really well known in the area. So the police were actually interviewed, and a little blurb of the crime was put on Crime Watch on BBC television. And when that sort of thing is done, generally a lot of names are put in. In this case, it was 350 to 400 names, but that ended up being a dead lead. And just generally speaking, after 1986, the attacks just stopped, and nothing happened. Um, so it was only about 20 years later, so 2006, that, they were actually able to reopen the case. Because, generally speaking, it was, more advanced in DNA profiling. And
that
just for
cool
people,
stuff.
yeah, just for people who don't know, when a rape occurs and the woman actually does come in for, uh, either to the hospital for treatment or to the police station to actually report it. Generally speaking, they have something called a rape kit where they'll take,
They swab
swabs of,
multiple surfaces, including the inside of ya, the outside of ya, under your nails, and everything else.
yes, very uncomfortable. But either way,
Very,
literally
very uncomfortable and very invasive after you were just had your, space invaded.
yeah, but there's no other way for them to do it.
Yeah, it just
Um,
sucks.
but yes, so, and those rape kits can literally sit in departments for decades. And that's just kind of how it goes. So, but obviously, people are starting to get through them more because DNA actually becomes, a viable evidence source because of updated technology. Um, so, generally speaking, in the early 2000s, it still wasn't super accurate, but they were able to kind of still create basic like DNA profiles. So the case was actually reopened in 2001, and investigators produced about 40 individuals who could be related to the rapist based on their DNA profile. And here's the thing that is like a common worry now with people is obviously with those like you turn in DNA sites to like ancestry.com or something similar to figure out who you're related to or just what your ethnicity is that those DNA samples do get logged in like police databases depending on who it is.
They actually just
And
got in huge fucking trouble for that, like in the last week. Not for that specifically, but for sharing your DNA in general, even though that there's no explicit consent that was given.
But
Or they
either
just
way,
didn't write it in the damn, like, sign it policy thing when they should have.
hmm
Sorry,
but
continue.
either way, because of that, it makes it possible for government agencies, police or like FBI or so on and so forth, to actually go like, oh, the DNA from this person has so many matching genetics to, the DNA sample we in this crime. This person is probably related to the actual criminal, and so on and so forth. And that's become more accurate over time. But this is like the first reference to it, except where the DNA is from in this case is uh, another person who was arrested, specifically Lloyd's sister.
Mmm.
So, what happened is Lloyd's sister had previously been arrested due to a drunk driving offense, and they took some evidence to check her alcohol levels and all of this stuff. But either way, that got her DNA into the system.
Good.
And once they realized, oh, there's a lot of, so she was one of those 40 individuals that had, similar DNA types.
Yeah.
So essentially what the police were doing was going door to door, knocking to, inquire about people. And I think Lloyd's sister was literally like the third person on their list.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point in time, nothing was known. So Lloyd's sister, of course, went and called her brother, going like, hey, the police just came here for some reason saying I might be related to, this crime case.
The serial rapist.
Yeah. Um, and essentially what that set off was Lloyd, at that point in time, well, let's back up a little bit. So, obviously, the reason the case had went unsolved is because essentially whoever was the criminal went cold turkey after, 86.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guess why that happened?
Did he go to jail? Or something else?
Something else. He got married. So, he stopped committing these crimes after he married his wife, and with her, they had 2 kids. I'm not sure about their ages, but either way, essentially,
we don't need to know that the kids didn't do shit he did.
yeah. But the reason he stopped doing these crimes is because he married his wife.
Mm.
And generally speaking, they obviously the police find out, later down the line when they're investigating that essentially they did role play where he was able to fulfill those urges with her, essentially.
Mm.
And she, tells them flat out it was consensual. There didn't see any issue, it was just a kink.
Yeah.
But either way, he no longer had to fulfill his urges because his wife was willing to essentially play along with him.
Consensual non-consent is a thing. However, it must be discussed beforehand, and a safe word is still usually required. Some couples may not, but it's usually still just like that. So continue, sorry.
No, it's okay. But that, just so you know, that's why essentially just the crime stopped, is because he had a willing partner, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So either way, get back onto this. Lloyd's sister calls him, goes, hey, the police, just came to talk to me. What Lloyd does next is he calls his father-in-law and goes, hey, take care of the kids and my wife for me, please. And he flat out admits, I did something really bad 20 years ago, and now I'm paying for my paying the consequences, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
What he goes on to do next is that he attempts to hang himself in their garage.
Oh.
Attempts because it fails when he was found by his son, who was coming back from either school or college. Again, I'm not sure about the kids' ages.
That poor kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way, because of this, the police are like immediately notified and go like, "Oh, okay, something is up." So that essentially immediately jumps him to the top of their list. So the police, uh, you know, come in to like essentially, search the house, uh, um, and they look through the house, look over everything, and there's no evidence. Everything is fine. Everything is okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what they do next is they go to his place of work because all the people who knew him, knew he essentially looked like a common common man. He worked long hours at his job, and at this point, or I guess at this point, but like since he was 15 years old, he had worked the same job, or maybe not the same job, but he worked at the same place, and it was a printing firm. What is it? Hold on, I know I have the name here somewhere for the printing firm. 1 second. Oh, or my computer could freeze on me. That too. Oh, nope, there we go. Okay. Just not happy with me.
I figured out how to combine videos on here, so if this does cut out, you can go over to YouTube, subscribe over there, and also you can watch the full thing all together, because I'll make sure that it all goes together over there.
Okay, no, I guess I can't currently find the name of the printing firm, but either way, it was well known that he worked long hours there, so the police thought, okay, maybe there's some evidence at the firm that we can find.
Uh-huh.
So they raid the firm, look all around, and once again, they don't really find anything.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is when they're talking to other employees, they go like, well, he spends a lot of time in his office, and he's oddly protective about, other people going in there. So they're like, huh, okay, let's do a little bit more in-depth search here then.
Yeah.
What do you think they found?
A nice little high heel collection.
Yes, but specifically, they found a trap door built into his office.
I hate this man, but also that's cool as fuck.
Well, the thing is, like, no one knows how he managed it. Because, by all intents and purposes, he shouldn't have been able to do this. But yeah, no, so, like, on a more, like, thorough search, they're like, oh my god, there's, essentially a secret compartment in his
door.
in his office. And apparently what it is just, like, just bags filled with high heels. Just, yeah, like over 100 pairs of high-heeled shoes just in bags.
That's
and
suspicious. That's weird.
And then, so with the shoes, there were some that were obviously used, some were brand new, and like also there were some that were like very clearly bought off of I guess lingerie sites. Shoes generally that were very impractical that women most likely would not wear and were just to be shown off, I guess. Either way, what is it? But yeah, so essentially the police just start taking out these bags of shoes down the stairs and just like to the disbelief of like all the people around them, because it was like the amount of shoes they pulled out was like impractical, apparently, like just an insane amount for, you know, the space they were hidden in, essentially. Uh, but either way, this was a very clear indicator. Oh, yeah, we've got our guy. There's very little question about it. So the other kind of thing that put like the nail in the coffin was that they found a document called The Perfect Victim, which essentially detailed identical crimes to the ones that Lloyd committed, but it was unclear as to whether the document was something that he printed out from somewhere else or if he wrote it himself. No one was sure. I'm not sure why. I figured that would be like something that we could probably figure out, but they couldn't, so
Yeah.
Whatever. And the other thing is, like, up to this point in time, the police weren't sure if the reason he was taking their shoes was just to like slow down the women he raped, or if it was, like this trophy kink thing. Obviously, this very clearly showed that, oh no, it's trophies and kink and yeah, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So obviously he's arrested and charged. He ends up pleading guilty to the 4 rapes and 2 attempted rapes. He denies responsibility for another rape that they do try to pin on him. And generally how it goes is the victims, they are essentially brought in and they're just shown a giant book of pictures of high heels, and they actually identify their heel, which
That is so cool.
Yeah, but like you gotta remember also there's some maybe issue because it's been over 20 years,
Yeah.
but also trauma and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So there's like
there's probably some people that straight up forget having shoes on at all that night because they want to forget this. Like I get it.
Yeah.
It's just cool that they had the idea to do that kind of thing, instead of
Yeah.
having to face them to him, it was more of an object than him.
Yes. So either way, it's based on the amount of shoes that they found. The police believe that he could have had up to 120 victims. Did he? Probably not. It's
bought a few
doubtful
of those
that there was that
pairs.
many. There's definitely, obviously, the possibility that there were victims that just didn't come forward because, rape is essentially...
You can get so shamed for it.
Yeah. When it's really not their fault.
Police officers cannot believe you, start treating you like you're the criminal. Yeah.
But yeah, no. So generally, there probably is more victims, but like not 120. Most likely, kind of seen with a new, more like active eye. He himself probably bought some to wear some, because it was a kink for him, all that fun stuff.
Or it
so
was
like
that he bought it for his wife to wear and then he stole them after.
Yeah, because again, the whole consensual.
Yeah.
So
he's like, "Here, honey, here's a nice new present. Yoink!"
Yeah. So very much the case of most likely he did have some more victims, but not anywhere near 120. That's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
And another thing is that, what came out during the case is, other than, his primary job at the, ooh, my ears just popped. At his regular job, during the time of the rapes, he had a secondary job where he was a cab driver. And he kind of used that, as a smokescreen for why he was out so late. is he was just, making more money.
That makes sense.
So yeah. So it's not like this man was unintelligent, but obviously what did him in is obviously this was an act of kink for him. He kept the high heel shoes,
Yeah.
and then also just if his sister being arrested and having her DNA in the system.
Yeah.
Literally, if either of those things didn't happen, he probably would have gotten away with it. First one because obviously wouldn't have had the DNA match, and the second is like, for all intents and purposes, everything was, clean because it had been over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So if they hadn't found the shoes, they would not have been able to arrest him.
Nice.
But yeah, no. What happened is, during the conviction, he was originally convicted for life with no possibility of parole, which I do think the U.S. needs to have a more set amount of time for rapists, but obviously, for life for rape is a little extreme.
No,
And
it's not.
depending on the situation, it is sometimes.
Him? No. Other people I know, one time's enough. You go away. If you
Yeah,
think
okay.
one time is okay, another time's gonna come.
Yeah.
No.
But either way,
That's one of the points I will disagree with you on that. But like,
no, I agree. Like, having a good long sentence is appropriate, and then also like the severity of, the rapist. But either way, he appealed the severity of his sentence, and then essentially he gets it reduced down. Unfortunately, significantly, this is what I disagree with, is how much it's reduced. It's reduced down to 7 years and 263 days. I don't know why they did 263 days, but
maybe it was to account for time served or something?
possibly, but it's a weird number either way. Um, So, one other thing that's interesting about this case is that the detective inspector who oversaw the closing of the case, Sue Hickman, was actually awarded first prize in the crime investigation category at the Airway Police Professional Awards in 2007 for her work on the case. And then, obviously, again, this was one of the first cases that actively used DNA as, proof that, hey, we can actually find, the criminals who are related to this. Especially even, if it's a partial match.
Mm-hmm.
And that's essentially what led to DNA being more commonly used in nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm done now. That was the very large portion of my story.
I mean, we split it up pretty evenly between the two of us.
Yeah.
But
We're done talking about crime, Ollie.
Escape.
Yeah, we're just gonna play
slideshow, get Faith Farm up, because I need it today.
Like a whole PowerPoint.
What?
Both of you?
Have a case that we talked about.
Tell them what I
One
talked
of the brothers
about.
has joined.
Did you tell Craig?
It's Oliver, actually.
Oh. Did you tell Oliver?
But he's here. He's.
I just heard a masculine voice over my headphones. That's all. I didn't know if Oliver was home right now. I know you said that he was, but I definitely forgot.
It's all good. But yeah, no. This is our Weirdness Wednesdays. And then Rune does have puts up these later on
my YouTube. The channel is now called The Owl's Corner because it's like we're in a little coffee shop and we're having our special little, day. You know?
Yeah.
Alright. I guess I should put my headphones back on. Okay, come on, or not.
You're more
Walk it
than
this
welcome
way.
to watch all you want.
He's tuned in.
Okay.
He's the second viewer because I'm the first one right now, unfortunately. Or fortunately. However we go about it.
Hey, fortunately, I'm all good with it. Always trying to support.
But yeah, so Wednesday we switch back and forth who does their case first. And last week, unfortunately, Rune's computer decided to just like do a full
It froze.
shutdown failure.
As it does.
Although to be fair, we were both really tired last week and it was not going well anyway.
We were both having attitudes up the wazoo. We were just like, we're done. We're done.
Yeah, it's like we've gotten a sign, we're gonna just tap out for the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so after we're done with our cases, we of course play something light and fun, so Fae Farm.
Multiplayer. We get to try it in the new update. Invited.
Gotta let the computer load.
Select.
Cooking.
It's called a chiku.
Can it just call it a chicken?
No,
Well, we've got
that would be too easy.
it would be too easy.
Oh, I'm gonna get another rare one.
You know,
Heck
one
yeah!
of my go-tos. It's really funny because the people on, who work there on Wednesdays just recognize me.
So then, I mean, do you have a problem?
Oh, I like this dragonfly
Possibly.
too. Have you played since the update?
No, I have not.
Oh. Oh, this is exciting.
You're gonna fuck up. Bye.
Honestly, I can turn my headphones back off, because there will be a echo otherwise, and that will drive us all crazy.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah, we've had when I first started joining Rune and we were trying to figure out audio, there were some instances of echo that drove us all crazy.
But we're doing better now. Ah!
Good.
Echo!
But yes, you get wings, it's always fun.
So I thought you were.
We are humans. We're just gifted essentially magical wings that let us, briefly get airtime.
I got a depression candle. It says you're killing it.
Yeah, I saw your post earlier, my dear.
It was $5!
Okay, I think I've got enough to go. Oh, there's not enough money for me to go finish upgrading all my equipment. Oh well.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that, but honest, I kind of had fun with the new update.
And I'm curious, how are the flowers going for possible blue templates for me to change the color of my clothing, so it's not like boring browns.
I mean, I've been collecting stuff when it grows. It's just,
It takes time.
yeah.
Okay, I honestly think I need to get a new mouse because my current mouse is definitely fighting me. I don't know. Don't know if I can fix it, but it's just like
Um, let's see. Do I
it
have stuff for
definitely takes
foraging
a
right
second to
now? No, I do
notice
not.
it.
Okay. Cat. Can you see the thing flying behind me on your side of things?
Well, it depends where did you go.
I'm in the house.
Currently using just my keyboard rather than the controller, so it's a little bit of a struggle. Oh yes, I do see your little glowing friend.
My firefly.
Hello,
My dragonfly.
your dragonfly.
Dragon.
But yeah, you can just like yeet yourself across the screen, which is fun. Especially fun if you're like on a cliff and you just jump yourself out off of it.
We
No fall
have
damage in this.
every color of ribbon right now, by the way, Claire.
Yeah, are you still trying to get different colored
I'm waiting for
animals?
the mammoth to come back. Because it came back. And the mammoth was the same fucking color.
Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting because you do have a degree of animal husbandry in this game. So yeah, animals can be different colors. You work at it. Rune is very accomplished on the flora side of things. I can probably take you over to the flower garden that we have going. Ooh, so that's the update, I'm guessing. Alright. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, you've cleared out a lot. Oh, no, there it is.
You have to load.
Just taking a second to load.
It's Monday.
Yeah, so a lot of different colors, and then, of course, different specific types. Ooh, they've definitely updated the graphics on some of these stuff. No, come back here. Okay, this is gonna be... There we go. Aha!
How am I still getting an echo?
No, that's not... Okay, here we go. So this is obviously like the magical garden. And then these are your magical friends. Oh, they're all going to bed, but see, for the different colors, like this is regular color, and this is black one, then some different colored ones there. I'm not involved with that. I'm mostly the gatherer, and of course I'm also trying to catch up on my equipment because unfortunately it's not shared levels and stuff. Which is fine. Very
You found your house.
That's not my house. That's the one for obviously here in the Fey Acres. Mine is
It's gonna be
on
mine eventually.
Yeah, when your current household gets too full. No, I'm on the second section of the farm, next to the big farm animals. So generally this is like the first farm you start off with, and then Rune's house, current one at least. This is the one that's currently mine.
Finally! Oh man, the blue crab, but it doesn't count unless I catch it? Are you fucking kidding me?
So mine's
Ugh.
currently just bottom floor and top floor.
Oh my god, they changed what those things look like. The lava sprites? They're so cute now.
Yeah, definitely everything has gotten, or maybe not everything, but some things have definitely been upgraded in how they look. But yeah. Eat yourself off a cliff. Whee! Yeah.
Because I just got this blue crab, a rare bright blue crab that has been seen at all times of year on lowland beaches. Because I have my moon moth, and then I have the dazzlefly, and now I have the blue crab. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, like even also like you can see like it's raining right now. I'm out in the town and the highlight of light on the cobblestone when it's raining, that didn't used to be there. That's an upgrade in graphics. How do the fish look? Where is a fishy? Fishy? Question mark? They look similar.
Oh, this makes me or start playing Stardew again.
Yeah, I don't control a lot of stuff. I'm the expert fisher out of the two of us.
I hate fishing.
Yeah, mostly because of that. I'm just gonna cancel the line because it's gonna be time for bed soon.
Okay, cool. We love it. My screen is straight up glitched.
Oof, that's not fun.
Well, it's gonna send me to bed here in a second.
There we go.
Or in a minute.
Okay. Okay. Interacting is a little bit differently now. I have to actually click. That's unfortunate.
It's only frustrating because tomorrow's the last day of the season. We have no money. And I cannot...
Unless you can get something sold really fast.
I can't sell anything. I'm stuck.
Oh no. Ah! I don't think I have time to run for it then. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna make it back to sell stuff. Oh no! I wish I did. Yeah. Ah! Oh no, I'm stuck. Eat.
It's bedtime. See you in the morning.
Yeah, oh well.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but something happened.
Are you still stuck in the
Nope.
same spot, or...?
I'm free now.
That's good. Alright. I will go look to see what there is, and if we can get anything. Because you have a better memory of what you currently have in your storage, since obviously this is, your game system.
All I know is that I was trying to make a bunch of berry jam for today, but then, you know, I got stuck.
You got sidetracked. Okay. Let us see. Alrighty.
Eggplants.
Alright. So there is fishing gear that you can just buy straight off. There is a fish lamp that you can buy straight off. The Beach Vibes wallpaper, which I'm pretty sure you have already. There is beach flooring. Summer outfit, which we can get one of. That needs cotton fabric and a black carp. Bandana,
And a what?
which is black carp.
Which one is that? That's a sea
It's kind of
bass.
red underbelly, kind of green black fins.
I don't think we got that one.
All right.
Wait, no,
Bandana
that's a
is-
tiny teal fish. Nope, don't look like we have that one.
Bandana is turbot and three silk. Turbot is flat orange.
No way.
There are bear ears, 3 cotton fabric, and then a fish I haven't discovered yet. That's red fins, white underbelly.
Red fins, white underbelly?
Yeah.
A bullhead, I'm guessing.
Although we don't have the gold for that one, unfortunately.
Otherwise, it may be the char.
And then whiskers is a herring and gold. But I feel like you've gotten the whiskers before. I don't know exactly if you can track
I think we're gonna just have to grab them the next like season or whatever, because there's no way I have enough.
The summer outfit's pretty cute, actually.
The fish lamp. Huh, I don't think we have enough teal roses.
Yeah. So this is Big Frog.
Yes, big frog.
Big Frog. Hello, sir. Renew.
Granule. I'm not correcting you, I'm just saying it weird.
Not sure what I can do with him. Do you have an emerald seal already? Probably not.
No, I do not. Because I got rid of my seal making thing. Because I was like, I don't need it right now. No, I need it again.
Yep.
That's not what I meant to
I
do.
do like chucking myself off the cliffs. I will admit that's one of my favorite parts of this game. I'm just bodily throwing myself off things. God. My mouse is driving me slowly crazy. Okay, let's see. Is there anything I would sell?
I'm about to go sell some berry jam.
Dream. Okay, let's see. Okay, we can sell 3 of these.
I wish the roses were worth more, because I'd sell all the red roses.
Very much that case of we also need to, like, we can just sell off the feed. It's not worth much, but you've got so much of it that even if you don't have anything else to sell, you can sell that and get something.
Yeah.
Come on, mouse. Come on. Okay, yeah, this is
Yes, our
Oh,
lovely
did that-
garden. Incorrect.
Alright, Oliver has left. Well, he might still be watching, I'm not sure, but
No, I don't think so.
darn. To be fair, D&D group that he likes, Legends of Adventures, is having their stream tonight.
That's...
So I think, unfortunately, that takes precedence over us.
Are you kidding me? Okay. That's not you. That I was just... My B button's not working, it feels like.
Yeah. Okay, I do not like that I have to click on a person now to talk to them when I could have hit a button previously. It could be just that, again, the fact that my mouse is obviously not wanting to work with me. That's part of the issue, but yeah, still. Still an issue. Oh, they've added I think more designs in here. Fancy up to.
Now we're just waiting for either a pink or an ivory rose to pop up. Instead, an orange one decided to pop up. How rude.
How rude indeed.
I just had an idea.
Mm-hmm. What is this idea?
Give me like 2 seconds.
Alright.
I'm putting the yellow and the red flower away, and I'm just gonna move the orange flower over here. Because what I need is either pink or ivory. Perfect.
Where are you?
Me?
No, I'm talking to the giant mass of items you have in your storage.
If you're struggling to find something, you can narrow it down to.
I found it, don't worry.
Okay. I'm almost done with this row, so I'm just gonna chaotically crochet. Because I'm literally so close to being done.
Ah, the other brother has shown up now.
Oh. That
Oh, great.
troublemaker.
Do you want me to scooch over a seat? I texted like 3 hours ago, Craig.
That wasn't nothing.
Well, it was very much a case of you didn't respond.
Fair. But we always said okay.
Let's get you something anyway, but
I'm sorry, that's your brother, not your boyfriend. You don't have to get him jack shit.
I give him plenty of other treats, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so at my new job, I'm still reading a crap ton of, operating procedures. Because, generally speaking, it's the end of the year, so end of the year, beginning of the year are like their slowest times. Because I'm in the lab. And we do, have contractors that we work with /for.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like everything is winding down, so there's not much work to be done that I can shadow people for. Not to mention there's like a secondary part of my training that's like major. It's related to the electronic system they use in the labs and for all of the research that they do. And it's like a lot, so it's like a full another week of like training. And they're trying.
However, so
lucky
fun.
Me. Yeah, I'm the guinea pig, because apparently a lot of feedback that they've received in the past is that it's way too much for someone coming in immediately, because what they used to do is they would do that first week of general introductory training of like, okay, this is the company, here's all like the general stuff you need to know for how we do things, how we deal with things. Like there was a lot of safety stuff as well, because again, laboratory.
Mm-hmm.
Which was fair. So on and so forth. But then after that, you would immediately be put into the training for the electronic system, and a lot of people went like, oh my god, no, too much information right on top of each other, especially for a system that is fairly complicated just by itself. So essentially what they're trying with me is giving me a few weeks before they put me into it,
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be doing that with the next new hire as well, who comes in at the beginning of January. So, so I don't get this training until January 21st, I think, that week,
Fun.
which is over a month away.
Mm-hmm.
Or not over a month, but basically a month away because this is my second week. So, uh, and then in comparison to the new guy, he'll only be in between for 3 weeks.
Mm.
So they're gonna try and figure out what a good in between time is. Um, but yeah, either way, fun times. So I'm just reading a lot of stuff. It's also weird because I'm coming in when it's essentially the holidays. So like last week, I got to go to the mandatory meeting that occurs before their holiday party.
You said you liked the summer outfit, right?
Yes.
Get your booty down to the shop thing. I'll give you the stuff for it. Continue, but I'm just
Yep.
saying, get your booty down here. I got it for you. I got you, girl.
Yay.
I caught a black card. That's all.
Nice. But either way, so like I sat next to my trainers because I didn't know anybody else. I mean, I got a free meal out of it and was like really good food because it was catered. Hello. But yeah, no, but like same thing. So like that last Wednesday last week was they had their own department party. I'm in front of you.
Sorry, I was drinking water.
It's all good. They had their own department party. I didn't go, or kind of potluck. I didn't go to that because I was, very strictly in the middle of training, and that was just a department-wide thing.
I think I gave you the right stuff. I'm not 100% sure.
That's fine. But then like tomorrow, also they've got someone leaving. So what they do is the person gets to choose where they go out to eat, and everybody can choose whether they go to. That you do have to pay. Yay, I've got it. Summer outfit. Woo!
Yay! Now you have another outfit.
But yeah, it's been interesting because obviously this week I've been in like the team meeting for my group because the way my section is, and I'm in the biochem department, is the biochem is split into 3 groups who each deal with their own like section of the contractors, and team 2 is by far the like smallest out of everybody. There was only 4 others where everybody else has already had 5 or 6, and I'm like the 5th member, so I'm rounding things out a little bit on the team. And then just today, my manager, who's also acting as the team leader for Team 2, had a more in-depth talk. I don't know, it's just been interesting, but it's also been like, I've been reading a lot, and I like to read. There's a certain point where it's too much.
Yeah, I get you. I'm hoping to catch one more black cart before the day is through so I can also get the outfit.
Well, you need 1,000 gold for the outfit.
Gosh darn it! But I'll have it for next time.
Yes, you will.
And now I have it for
All right.
next time.
No! Okay, and then edit the color. Wah! But yeah, in other words, I've got even more reading ahead of me.
Oh, I got a new critter.
Alright, ta-da! Ta-da.
Nice!
Yeah. My wings are a little off-color, but I like it.
Go pick up that note.
Ooh. Critter Riff.
It's part of the new expansion pack.
Yeah, not that I know what. I think if I check the mailbox, that might help me. might give me the quest that I'm like obviously missing.
Yeah, probably. Got mail from Jade. Probably just the new new thing. Who we get to see Autumn in the new update. Oh, it rains the first day. Gotta love it. Consume.
Okay, yeah. So now I've got the quest actually. Great. I am just going to go kind of follow the quest line, if that's okay with you.
That's fine. I'm doing my thing.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, no one's really watching my screen, just me. I'm just here to chat with you.
I mean, I make sure you're on the screen at least a little bit here and there. Yeah, no.
Yeah, when we cross paths.
Yeah.
Ooh, the music change is nice though. Very soothing.
I have this game on streaming mode, so if they try to come after me for anything, they cannot.
Gotcha.
Fae Farm said that this was streaming mode.
Mhm.
Also, I'm advertising your game because I love it. Like, sponsor me. I'm kidding, but I do love this game. Trinkets. I need my little
Please.
trinkets. Alright. Let's see. Looks like iron ingot's gonna be our best bet for the most profit.
Ah, interesting. The giant frog has a portal in his mouth.
Yes. He eat you. Is iron in the scorched caverns? Pretty sure it is.
There should be. There should be.
I mean, I got 14 days to do it, so.
Ah, it's literally called semi travel. Okay. Okay, I guess I'm going to leave
Or
and
I don't
explore.
even need to.
I do not know where I am going. Whoop! Hello, glitch. Okay, not this way.
Froggo. Goodbye.
Yeah, if the creators of Fae Farm, I mean, end up actually watching, the interact button needs to be brought back.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the other fun stuff is great. It's great. It is great. I love the advanced graphics and the giant frog.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's a gorgeous game as is, you just made it better.
yeah,
But-
just interact
You
button
also
back,
lost
please.
something.
Yeah, because having to drag my cursor on top of stuff to interact with it, like if I want to pick stuff, is driving me slowly crazy. Because I have to do it with the people I talk to as well. Okay, interesting. Hello, hello. Strange man.
I have 2 fishing nets. Huh? What? That's what I need is my tools. The snail going into the sand. That's so cute. Yes. Open your mouth.
Are you coming to join me?
Sort of. I'm
my
going
gosh.
critter hunting.
He has a broom!
If you jump on top of the lily pads, some of them give you stuff.
Okay.
The ones with the blue stuff in them specifically.
Okay.
In which I just got 2 rough peridot from one.
Ooh.
But then I just got 2 salt from the next one, so like you really get what you get and you don't throw a fit on that one. Okay. Rough citrine and copper ore. Otherwise, it's 1 polished citrine. Oh, I have to have the original trinket no matter what. Okay.
Oh god, I'm stuck on a lily pad. Okay, there we go.
I need a queen bee. You are part of my posse now. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, interesting. So
I'm
literally
ready
every
for
time you
this
tap-
week to be over.
Well, 2 more days for that.
I know.
Alright. No! It's okay, stuck me into the water. That's fine. I do feel like I'm also able to maneuver better.
Nice. I'm fighting things I shouldn't be fighting,
That's not a good idea.
but that's because I want to get as far to the side of the map as I can. Gotta double check there's nothing weird over there, you know? Purchase a trinket from Lamb. Do you have an
So you
actual
can just-
purpose yet? No, you don't. You just like to talk to people. Cool.
Yeah. This is probably the last in-game day for us today.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I need copper too. What am I doing? Because I haven't finished that quest either. We have 1 Copper's down in the... What in the world? You come out from nowhere. Cool. Got a new one. Copper's in the saltwater mines, right? I'm pretty sure.
Very nice, okay. Gosh, that smells good, Craig.
What's up? Making food?
So, one more made crock pot chicken for dinner,
Mm.
which is also known as Mexican slop, but she doesn't like us calling it that, so.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fair, it's fine, I can understand. But yeah, generally it smells really good. Ah.
Goodness gracious.
Ooh. Cave? Cave.
Cave. Copper. I think this should be enough.
It is a little fun that the frogs follow you around on a broom.
It's
Even
so
if-
cute. It's
Yeah, even if the broom is a little glitchy.
yeah, it is. I'm curious because I do have select follow me. The snail also rides on the broom.
Where are you, frog friend? I saw you before you hopped away.
Don't mind me and my snail.
But yes, this is a very good update.
It's so cute. Love it. I want to talk to you. Buy trinket. Nice. Purchase. And then I need a polished citrine to upgrade, and I need two polished to upgrade that. Return to Lem. Now, doesn't that little scamp will cancel with that trinket? Thank you for visiting my incredible park. I know you'll remember this visit fondly.
Careful, Craig, with those inhales. Okay, obviously I cannot get up there, so I'm going to stop attempting. Because all I'm doing is ramming myself into a wall.
So I need 3 polished citrine. If I don't already have at least 1.
I need 1 more frog. So I can upgrade my critter conch. Yeet. Perfect, okay.
Three of them. I'm hoping I make it back in time. I doubt I will. It's probably already closed, to be honest. He probably pieced out. No, we do not have a knife tag for that. Darn. Still gonna try. Up enough.
Okay, interesting.
I thought I still had my copper ore on me. Gosh darn it. Well, I've run out of time now.
Yeah. Your snail friend. I guess you kind of have to experiment to see what your
Familiar, basically.
conch will work on.
The conch works on barely anything, basically. Until you get it to the full level.
Yeah.
Alright then. Welp.
That's it for the day.
Go over to here to chat. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm glad that it didn't shut down the stream on accident. But if you enjoy this and you want to hang out with us for another Weirdness Wednesday, make sure you subscribe or follow along if you are on Twitch, aka hi, hello, people I'm talking to right now. Otherwise, subscribe over on YouTube. I restarted my TikTok, so that's, I believe, Pink Owl at 12. It might be 1, 2, 3. It's an old account. Oh, it is 1, 2, 3, so it is my other account. But love y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.